In a little green valley where the wildflowers bloom lives Gazza the Green in a cozy warm room.
G'day friends, I'm Gazza the Green and welcome back to my patch of the Shire, where the weeds grow fast, the chooks talk back and the land always has something to say. This week's permaculture principle is apply self-regulation and accept feedback. A bit of a mouthful, I know. I had to repeat this line over and over until I got it right. But don't worry, we'll unpack it together. And like all good Hobbit tales, it includes a few mistakes, some learning, and a warm cup of tea at the end. This principle is all about keeping yourself in check and letting nature be your teacher. Permaculture isn't about controlling everything. It's about cooperation. That means accepting that nature will push back if you're out of balance. Put too many animals in one space, the smell and the flies will tell you. Neglect soil health and nature replies with pests and weeds. Skip mulching during summer, your soil will turn to a dry crust faster than you can say lembas spread. It's tempting to just push ahead and hope for the best. But real resilience comes from course correction. Self-regulation means not planting more than you can look after, not taking more than the land can give, and being honest about when something just isn't working. Accepting feedback, especially the kind you don't want to hear, that's where the real growth happens.
Where the laughter rings true and the gardens teem. With Susie the sheep and banjo by his side, Winston digging holes in this blissful tide.
When I started this journey, I made plenty of beginner mistakes. I planted too many veggies and trees in poor soil, and they just sat there sulking. I underwatered young trees and seedlings when planting, and learnt the hard way with plants dying very quickly. I even built my first compost pile too green. It stank like an orc's boot and taught me the value of carbon, the brown stuff. But here's the beautiful part. Every one of those mistakes was feedback. The land wasn't punishing me, it was teaching me. Over time, I started paying closer attention, tracking rainfall, watching how the sunlight moves, observing where the chooks scratch and where the weeds gather. I learned that most plants need about 25 litres of water per square metre each week to effectively grow, and even more in summer. Now, I adjust my plans based on what's working, not just what sounds good in theory. The Hobbits were quiet folk, but they knew a thing or two about balance. They didn't farm to conquer, they farmed to coexist, growing what worked with the seasons, preserving what lasted, and knowing when enough was enough. They rotated crops, built rich soils, and shared harvests with neighbours. No need for endless expansion, just good steady living. Contrast that with the dwarves of Moria. They delved too greedily and too deep, as Gandalf warned. All in the name of treasure. And what did it get them? A fiery eviction notice from a very grumpy Balrog. Let that be a lesson. Ignore nature's feedback long enough, and you might not just lose your tomatoes, you might wake something nasty in the compost heap. That's the heart of this principle, humbling ourselves enough to learn from the land. It's better to learn from a dead lettuce than a scorched forest. Start small, pay attention, adjust. So here's my invitation for you this week. Listen. What is your garden or your life trying to tell you? Is something out of balance? Are you overdoing, overusing, or overlooking? Step back, breathe, observe, and be willing to change course when the feedback calls for it. It's not about getting it perfect, it's about getting better over time. If you've got a funny failure or a hard-won lesson from your own gardening journey, I'd love to hear it in the comments. And if you're enjoying this stroll through the 12 principles, give this video a like and hit the subscribe. And next week we'll explore, use and value renewable resources and services. Thanks for walking this one with me. See you next time, friends.
By his side, Winston digging holes in this blissful tide.